Yo, 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 what's going on out there, universe? It's your boy, Hellavation, aka Fasted Sith, coming at you with another Project Fasted video. In this video, I've talked a lot of stuff, a lot of stuff about health and wellness and all of these different things, but I've never said what my approach to weight loss is. So you got your exercise program, Rio's Zombolic, and you got all these grand ideas, but you're fat, and, what do you know? So what are you going to do, Hellavation? What is your approach? Is it fit your macros? Is it blah, 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 blah. I want to address that in this video. So, for a while, I was thinking about doing kind of if it fits your macro style of dieting, flexible dieting, as my boy JP from JP's Fitness would call it. Combined with intermittent fasting, of course, because that's what I'm the fastest Sith, so, this is intermittent fasting based channel. But, one thing about flexible dieting is kind of a slippery slope for an obese person. So I kind of was like, I don't know about flexible dieting. So, I started doing more and more research. It was Megan from Low Budget Lean Muscle that turned me on to this. He's doing carb backloading. Well, right now he's basically on the estrogen diet, which is a diet that focuses on killing estrogen and promoting testosterone. So I've been watching low budget lean muscle a lot, like Megan a lot lately, and over the past month and a half, almost 2 months, I've been coming up with my own training concept or dieting concept, and so I kind of want to combine carb backloading with Carbnite combined with intermittent fasting, and also throw in elements of the estrogen diet in there, because as an obese person, I have a lot of estrogen and aromatase floating around in my system. So my mission is to kill estrogen and get rid of that, because I know I have low testosterone levels anyway. So I need a diet that focuses on producing more testosterone and killing aromatase. And what carb backloading is, if you don't know what carb backloading is, it was a diet that was designed by John Kiefer, who is a physicist, and he has a hobby for biochemistry. And he came up with this diet. Now, it's nothing new, like Bios3 training. He says none of these diets that came around in the past 20 years are new. There's nothing revolutionary. But his approach is kind of revolutionary because it focuses on nutrient timing. The idea behind it is to fast during the day, which I was already going to do, intermittent fasting. If you're on the strength density side of it, which is basically the fat burning side of it, if you're on the density bulking, you can kind of eat earlier. But you fast during the day, then you have your first meal, he says after lunch, but for me, my idea is to eat way later, probably 2 hours before training. That'll be my first meal. So 2 hours before training, I'll eat my first meal, which will be, the first half of the day, your meals are very, very low carb. You want to keep your carbs under 20 grams, and I'll probably keep it even lower than that, because like I said, I'm not really a big carb eater any fucking way, but when I do eat carbs, I tend to eat a lot of them. So the first half of the day will be protein, vegetables, fats, getting most of my carbs from vegetables. And then after your workout, which is probably is midday usually, so you've been up for about 8 hours, or somewhere in between 6 to 7 hours. After that, you do your workout, and then after your workout, you carb backload. You load up on carbohydrates. Now, Kiefer recommends trashy carbs, because Brian Lilly and the guy from Super Training TV, they do it, and he recommends fast food and stuff like that. But I still want to use macro tracking, and I still want to kind of fit it into a if it fits your macros approach. So I'm going to focus on the high glycemic index carbs, of course, like white rice, white bread, a lot of sandwiches, stuff like that. But I don't want to really get into eating fast food. I'm not really a big fast food eater anyway, and I want foods that are, macronutrient trackable. So the second half of the day, you load up on carbs to refill your glycogen stores, and you eat up until you go to bed. Now, Kiefer, he recommends that you eat like turnovers, apple pies, Pop-Tarts, stuff like that. Stuff that's like, very, instantaneous carbs or simple carbohydrates from simple sugars. So I'll be doing carb backloading during the evening after training, and then I'll go to bed fast, or after that I'll start my fast once I go to bed. So I'll be on an 8-hour fast, 8 and 16, and I'll probably start doing my fast around 4 a.m. and I'll go to the gym and train at 5:30 a.m. and then after that I'll carb backload, and then I'll probably be in bed by 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., somewhere around there. And yes, I'm going to be on a late night, early morning schedule because of the simple fact I want to train early in the morning, because I'm going to be filming, and Kiefer, he recommends that you train in the afternoon, but I'm going to try my approach, which is training, just using the same time frame, but I'll be getting up at 8 p.m. and training at 5:30 a.m. rather than getting up at 8 a.m. and training at 5:30 p.m. Then Carbnite, I'll use Carbnite as a plateau kind of killer. Carbnite is basically a low carb diet. You do low carb diet for 7 days, and then for 6 days, and then on the 7th day you I think it's the 6th or the 7th day. Don't quote me on that. But on the 6th or the 7th day, you in the evening, you basically carb backload. You just you eat all the carbs that you want, and then you go to bed, and then you rinse and repeat. So those are my two. It's a multitude of approaches, but I think the idea behind carb backloading and nutrient timing. There's been a lot of evidence that nutrient timing has validity, especially with some of the studies that he's used in carb backloading. If you've ever read the PDF, and Carbnite, low carb diets or basically ketogenic diets have been proven to have a lot of health benefits. So I'm going to use those two approaches as my main approaches, combined with intermittent fasting. I'll do a lean gains approach, 8 and 16, or 6 and 18. It just depends on how my day goes. And then every now and then, I think probably once a month I'll do a 36-hour fast for autophagy. So that's my approach for my dieting. Then we're going to see how it goes, and we're going to see if carb backloading is the truth like everybody says it is. And basically at the end of the day, it's you still, even though it's not as simple as calories in, calories out. It's energy in, energy out. Calories in, calories out is still the granddaddy of dieting. You know what I'm saying? Everything has to do with what's going in and what's coming out. So calories in, calories out, no matter what you do, that still seems to be, what determines whether you're cutting or you're bulking. So I'm going to take all of those approaches and wrap them into one, and we're going to see how this works for me. And I think it's going to work a lot for me because I have a lot of fat stores, I have a lot of adipose tissue, and I think carb backloading combined with intermittent fasting combined with Carbnite is going to really target those fat stores, bring my body fat percentage down while preserving muscle, even though I do need to lose a lot of lean body mass anyway if I'm going to get down to my goal weight. So anyway, let me know down in the comments what you guys think of my approach. This has been your boy Hellavation, aka Fasted Sith. Make sure to go down into the description and check out my Project Fasted on indigo.com, and be sure to add me on all of your social media networks if you haven't already. But Anyway, it's time for me to go. Be good or be good at it, bitches. I'll see you in the next video.